Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're making Mexican 7-layer dip. Now this was requested by one of my fans, and so if you guys ever have a request or you want to see me make something, leave it in the comments below and then I'll try and make it for you. Anyway, today's recipe, we're going to be doing 7 layers, like I said. So that's refried beans, we're going to do some Mexican beef, sour cream, guacamole, and let's see, that's 4, so we got 3 more. So I'm Rockin Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. So let's go over our ingredients and we can get started. We're going to start off here with some refried beans. You got to have refried beans for this recipe. Now I'm using canned beans, but by all means, you know, homemade is the absolute best, and I have a video for you, which I'll leave a link for you down in the description of this video. Now today I used canned beans, and I have a video for that too, to make them taste better. And I'll leave a link for that as well. So that's what I did today. I doctored these up. They taste great. So we need that. I have some ground beef here. This is 100% grass-fed beef. I like to use that when I get a chance. And I've got my taco seasoning, which I also have a video for. It makes a great Mexican beef, so you want to check that out. We'll need some chopped tomatoes, or you can use salsa too. That's another option there. You know, this whole recipe is so, like, you can just make it any way you want, add as many layers as you want. You want to, you know, make 12, 13 layers, go for it. I'm using canned corn here. I've got some organic corn. And I've got some cheese here you want to grate up. I'm using mild cheddar. I have some sour cream. And of course, the last thing we'll need is some guacamole. Now, I think homemade is the best. It really doesn't take very long to do. And I do have a video for that as well. So I hope you'll check those out. We're going to start off our recipe by cooking our ground beef, because we need to get that cooked, and then we need to chill it so that when we put it together, everything is on the cool side. Now I had a few leftover onions in my refrigerator, and I like to use things up. So I'm just going to toss in a few onions. It just gives it a little more flavor into the meat. Now you probably noticed I haven't seasoned this at all yet. What I'm doing is cooking the meat first so that all the fat renders out, and then I'm going to drain that out, and then I'll put my spices in. That way I won't be draining out my spices. I want to keep them in the meat. And I'm also breaking the pieces of the hamburger down into small pieces so that I can spread it out in my 7-layer dip. The meat's done, so I drained off the fat, and now we're ready to add our spices. So I've got my taco seasoning, which we talked about earlier, and rule of thumb is for about every pound of ground beef, about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little more, maybe 2 to 3. We're going to add about a half a cup of water just so that this mixes in nicely. And we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes or so. The meat has been simmering for about 5 minutes now. You can see most of the water has, worked its way out, and so now it's nice and, all the spices are evenly distributed. So what I'm going to do now is turn off the heat and let this really cool down. The meat's cooled off, so now we're ready to assemble. First thing you want to do is wash your hands, or at least I did, because I use my hands a lot in assembling this. So let's start with clean hands. All right, first layer is our beans. So we're going to take a nice scoop here, and I'm going to spread this out. I am using a Pyrex dish here that is about 8 inches by 8 inches in size. This is going to work great for who I'm serving it to. So you want your layer to be, ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. And then we're going to move right into my meat here. So we get a nice layer of the beef there. Now our next layer is a tough one because it's going to be the sour cream, which makes it a little challenging to spread it out. And I'll probably be using my fingers quite a bit to help this out. So this is a little bit harder. So I'm taking a small amount here, and I'm going to just kind of push it onto the meat. Now the meat kind of wants to stick and that kind of thing, but do your best to spread it out. 2 spatulas seems to work pretty nicely. Now it's time to put on our beautiful guacamole layer, my favorite. And you'll notice that I have a piece of plastic sitting on top of this, so as I was storing it, I cover it with plastic to keep the air away from the guacamole, and then it won't oxidize and turn brown, at least not as quickly. I like to put a nice, good-sized layer of guacamole because it seems to be a favorite with people. next layer is the corn. I'm going to take some of that corn and I'm just going to sort of sprinkle it right over the top. I like to finish up with the cheese. I'll put that next. Nice good layer of that on top. And then we'll finish up with the tomatoes, the chopped up tomatoes. And if you want to use salsa, like I said before, that certainly would be fine as well. So there you have it, guys, our 7-layer dip. Delicious, easy to make, you know, especially with all my recipe videos to help you along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and dig into this. See if I can. It's pretty thick. Whoops, my chip broke. Make sure you use a sturdy chip. I think mostly on that one I got mostly guacamole, which is okay with me. I love this stuff. All right, I'm going in for a deeper dig. Oh, this stuff is good. This is addicting, guys. You gotta try it. That is so good. That is so good. I haven't had this in a long time. It is so good, let me tell you. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and share it on your social media. That really helps me out and I do appreciate it so much. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Try this recipe. In the comments below, leave me a comment. Tell me how you like to, you know, what you like to put in your 7-layer dip if it's different from this. I'd love to hear about it. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video by clicking right up there. And yeah, leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. All right, thanks everybody. I really do appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with another delicious recipe.